Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ&A video right here on NoDQ.com, as well as the YouTube channel and NoDQ&A videos affiliate, ringsidenews.com. We are getting to the end of February now as we head into March and the March to WrestleMania 32 in Dallas, Texas. Got your questions from twitter.com/AaronRift. Let's get started with the first one today, which comes from Callie. What are your thoughts on WWE's edgier TV? Linda McMahon is not running for office. Could we see a permanent TV 14 rating? Please answer in video. I doubt WWE will change the rating. PG is not G, as I've noted before in the past many times. A PG rating still means that WWE can push the envelope every now and then. They just don't do it as much. I do like when WWE does push the envelope, because it does enhance the storylines. And as we saw this past Monday on Raw, with Roman Reigns bleeding on purpose with the blood capsule, that was a planned spot, and it added to the segment. When I was watching that segment, initially I wasn't really into it all that much, but once the commentators noted that Reigns was busted open, all of a sudden I was interested in the segment. So I think that blood can enhance a storyline, and when it's used once in a while. It's all about doing it in moderation. It was ridiculous. Back during the early 2000s when guys were bleeding on almost every show, it really lost its impact, just like when a guy goes through a table every single week. It's nothing special. When you do it every now and then, it can really add dramatic effect to the storylines and the matches. And same thing with Vince McMahon dropping the F-bomb. If he had done that several times in the past, it wouldn't mean anything. The fact that he did it for this segment with Shane McMahon coming back, it really added to the drama in the storyline and added more realism to the storyline with Vince saying something like that, even though it was censored on television. Still, it did add some realism. So when it's done properly at the right time, blood, profanity, these things can help enhance the product, and it doesn't need to be done all the time. And I got this question here from Justin Hurst on the same topic here. Since Vince McMahon dropped the F-bomb on Raw, is it possible to see that the PG era is over? Please answer in video. I like to refer to it more as the PC era rather than the PG era, because I think that no matter what, WWE will not go back to the way they were before. And this is essentially asking me if the Attitude Era is returning. No, it's not, and WWE isn't really going to change their overall direction and how they are running their company. WWE is really careful about offending sponsors and saying something or having somebody say something that might offend somebody. So WWE is going to continue to be politically correct, but going back to the previous question, they will push the envelope every now and then, and I think it's being done for two reasons right now. One is that it's WrestleMania season and WWE needs something to generate some buzz and get people interested in the pay-per-view. So if they can take a few shortcuts, if they can have blood, if they can use profanity, whatever it takes to get people talking, they will do it right now because it's their biggest time of the year, WrestleMania season, and it's really important to get people invested in this show. And also, there could be some pressure from the USA Network. WWE has publicly downplayed the ratings, and I think that there might be some concern, not just in WWE, but also from USA Network, when the ratings get down to a certain level, that there is some sort of a need to do something on television to get people talking and get people watching. And really the best thing WWE could do is just writing more compelling television. But the quick solution, the easy solution is to have some more blood, have some more profanity. Just do stuff like that to get people talking. All right, moving on here. This one comes from Marcus S. Does Becky Lynch deserve to be in the Divas Championship match at WrestleMania? If it was my call, I would prefer a one-on-one match. I think that one-on-one matches are stronger at WrestleMania rather than doing multi-person matches. And I think Sasha Banks versus Charlotte would be a really strong one-on-one match. But with that being said, I think that Becky Lynch has done a lot to reinvigorate people with the Divas Revolution. People are now more invested in the Divas Revolution ever since Becky Lynch started challenging Charlotte for the Divas title. I think that you could do a triple threat match, and I would not mind a triple threat match. I just think I would prefer a singles match. And does she deserve to be in the Divas title match? I would say yes. I think she's worked really hard and she's getting over with the fans, so why not? But at the end of the day, if it's either doing a triple threat match or a one-on-one match, I think I would give a slight preference to doing a one-on-one match. And it's nothing against Becky. Alright, this one comes from Pro Wrestling For You. Do you think the Wyatt family will turn on Bray Wyatt, setting up a potential match between them at WrestleMania? I actually think that this is a good idea. Right now, I think that they need to do something significant with Bray Wyatt, and I've talked about this before. Turning him babyface might be the best way to go, but I could see WWE holding off on this a little bit because they're short on top heels. But I think in the long term, Bray Wyatt will work better once he turns babyface, and that will give him a renewed opportunity to succeed in WWE. It would be a nice angle to do for WrestleMania where the Wyatt family turns on Bray and then Bray has to fight Harper or somebody, preferably Harper. I mean, they could do Bray Wyatt versus Braun Strowman or even do a 1-on-3 handicap match. They could do something like that. That would be an interesting storyline for WrestleMania, but it wouldn't surprise me if it doesn't happen, and if WWE, if they do end up doing it, I could see them waiting past WrestleMania just because they need the top heels right now. But I would definitely prefer that over doing Bray Wyatt in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal or just some random match where he really serves no purpose. Alright, this one comes from Beast Slayer. If WWE was going to go all out on WrestleMania 32, wouldn't it be a great idea if they had Jim Ross on commentary? That would be great, except Jim Ross is doing New Japan Pro Wrestling now and he's got other opportunities. I guess he's doing boxing now. And it's just going back to the past. You need to look towards the future. And quite frankly, I'd like to see Mauro Ranallo doing the announcing at WrestleMania. Not just one match, but the entire show. I like to call him good old MR just because his name's so hard to pronounce. I think that he should be doing the announcing full-time in WWE, and I'll go ahead and say this on the record. If MR does the commentary for the entire show at WrestleMania, I will shave off the beard. That's a new stipulation for shaving off the beard because I feel that he makes the product more compelling. He's a breath of fresh air, something different, and I think WrestleMania would be a better show with MR doing the lead commentary. So if that happens and he does the entire show, I'm going to shave off this beard immediately, Monday morning after WrestleMania. Alright, this one comes from Sir Tony Styles. Longtime viewer and first-time asker. What did you think of the Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit cage match? I think it's underrated. Please answer in video. It's underrated because Chris Benoit was in it and WWE has gone out of their way to ignore Chris Benoit from history, and Kurt Angle's not part of the company, so that's another reason why they do not showcase that match or make a big deal out of it. But at the time, that match was just absolutely incredible. Really, Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit had one of the best feuds of the early 2000s, and that big spot where Kurt Angle does the moonsault off the top of the cage, I mean, absolutely insane. Probably cut years off of his career doing dangerous stunts like that, but it was really one of the all-time great Monday Night Raw matches of that era, or any era for that matter. So if you haven't seen it, I 100% recommend checking it out if you can find it. I'm not sure if it's on the network at this point. I haven't been paying attention, but if it is, definitely go out of your way to watch it or find it on YouTube or Dailymotion or whatever. Alright, this one comes from Lacey. How do you think a New Day versus Wyatt family feud would play out? Do you think they'd have any chemistry at all together? That's interesting. I'm not really sure how much chemistry they would have, and to be honest, I think if they did that feud, the New Day would just embarrass the Wyatt family. They would come out there and do their parody and do their spoof and make the Wyatt family look like fools. To me, it's somewhat of a mismatch. I mean, the New Day's more about comedy, and the Wyatt family is supposed to be taken real seriously, so I'm not sure if the two acts would work well together. I'm sure in the ring they'd have some good matches, but I'm not sure it would do too much to help the Wyatt family in their quest to be top heels in the company. Now, if they go with Bray Wyatt as a babyface and the Wyatt family are just mid-card heels, I could see that at some point if the New Day are babyfaces. That's certainly a possibility down the line. Alright, this one comes from All Hail Paul Levesque. Triple H fan, or maybe it's Triple H himself. With WWE not utilizing Dolph Ziggler, is the best option for him to go heel or take a hiatus for a couple of years similar to Y2J? Please answer in video. The problem with Dolph Ziggler is he's not really a big enough star where I think he could get away with taking a long time off and coming back. Jericho's an all-time WWE legend, so he can get away with it coming back after being gone for several years and doing other projects. And I think it's not going to happen with Dolph Ziggler. He's got a contract long-term with WWE, and he's making good money. As long as he's making good money and he can go out there and at least have somewhat of a role in the company, I think he'll be satisfied. I'm sure he's never going to be fully satisfied because he's always going to want to be a top-level superstar. But yeah, I think that Dolph Ziggler, the best option for him is just to keep doing what he's doing and making money. And if he left the company, I'm not really sure what else he could do. I mean, he could go to Ring of Honor or New Japan, but he has a good role in WWE right now, and, I do not think he should take that for granted. Alright, that'll wrap it up for this edition of NoDQ&A video. Thanks as always for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up on YouTube. Share this video on Facebook and Twitter, and stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest regarding WrestleMania 32, and I will see you guys next time.